Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. So as you can see, I have a new backdrop and I got this gorgeous moon with the twinkle lights in it, and I've changed the lighting a little bit. So I'm always trying to just adjust, and if you don't like it, well, wait a minute and I'll change it again. I just want to say happy Easter, Ramadan, and Passover to everybody. You know, it only happens once, I guess, every 33 years that we have this merging of different religions all coming at the same time. And I just thought that was really beautiful when I heard that. So if you celebrate any of those, I hope you have a really beautiful weekend with your family and your friends. In this video today, we're going to do an energy forecast. I see a lot coming between April and May. So we're going to go from this first weekend of April into the first weekend of May. We're going to cover a whole month. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. We'll read on it. We'll talk about it. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, check out membership. I'm getting ready to do the Empath seminar to help people that are empaths. And, you know, if you're not sure if you are, well, I put a quiz right in there. And check out my new blog on my website, dianaquarius.com. It's all about how to work with your psychic abilities. And I did put a poll in my community tab asking about if you thought I should do a podcast, because that's something that YouTube is offering and it's something I've thought about. It would be an audio podcast and it would be about spiritual issues. So check it out. Don't put it here, put it in the community tab. And an update on my brother, good news. He has stabilized, just as the card said, you know, that we'd have this battle. It lasted a good week or so. He did have to have another surgery, more blood transfusions, but the state did get called in. And they really did make a mistake with infection control, and now it's being dealt with. But now he is much better, and some of it is because of you. So thank you for all of your thoughts and prayers and the Reiki vibes you were sending him and all of that. So thank you, thank you. So let's get on with it. So let's start with the most obvious. More indictments coming for 45. And I think this has more to do with the classified documents that was found at Mar-a-Lago. Let's take a peek. As you've noticed, I'm trying to change the camera angle so you can see the cards better. You know, it's sometimes it's really hard to get the angle, especially when you go live, because it changes the vantage point. So let's take a peek. I feel like there's definitely more indictments. Oh, okay, well, that one just wants to come out. Okay, well, we got two that came out. Okay. Yes, and a woman is leading the charge. Okay, we can see that. Let me pull this back so you can actually see. How much can you see? Okay, so I usually take the two, because you guys don't normally see this. I usually take the two on the bottom for the side, and then the one on the top. Okay, so yeah, there is a woman that's going to be spearheading this whole thing. You know, there's a woman at the top. She feels very judicial and like she's not going to play around. The obstacle is he's going to feel like it's coming fast and furious. Oh, and if you're listening and not watching, that was Queen of Wands. Here's Eight of Wands. And, you know, Wands, actually, this is a very highly wand reading here. So lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm, passion, lots of emotions with this. But he's going to feel like he's getting like banged right after one, after the next, after the next, after the next. I mean, because the last one was 34 indictments. And I think that's going to look like nothing compared to what I see coming over this next month. But they're still plotting it out. They're still trying to figure it out. Two of Wands. Nothing's been decided yet exactly what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, all of that, because let's face it, this is unprecedented. But this is a drastic change for him. You know, Knight of Wands, huge, huge change for him. This is not the life he was leading before. You know, he got very used to being the way he was, doing what he was doing, and now look. So now everything is changing in his world, and he just doesn't know what to do about it. He doesn't like any of his options, because really at the end of the day, his only option is to cooperate. You know, a lot of you have asked me, do I see him trying to flee and things like that? No, he has the Secret Service all around him. He's probably the most heavily watched president we've ever had. So no, I don't see him going anywhere. He's going to be forced to cooperate, but he truly doesn't want to. So yes, it's coming, and it's all going to come fast and furious. Okay. So that's what I see with that. I also see a lot of travel issues coming up, particularly with planes. I'm seeing an unprecedented, to use that word again, amount of delays and cancellations over this next month. So let's just take a look at that. And I do see the gas prices going up, but not a ridiculous amount. I'm not seeing it going up by, like, say, $1 or more, but I am seeing the gas prices go up. I do believe that is going to happen, but I am seeing lots of plane issues surrounding getting there on time, being timely. Like, to me, it feels very time oriented. A lot of disappointed people. I'm not necessarily seeing people getting hurt and things like that, but I'm seeing people getting very disappointed. So let me see, put it here. Okay, so here we go. All right, so Queen of Swords. We have to make some decisions how we're going to actually regulate these airlines, because it's not working, is it? It's not working. What we're doing isn't working. Too many people are being stranded. They're not getting their layovers, or they're not even getting off the ground, right? And what's the problem? They're lacking stability. Knight of Pentacles. There is not enough stability regarding our airlines. We need more rules and regulations for them. But once again, they're still trying to figure it out. Okay, so they're still trying to figure this out, but they don't like which way it's going. It's going to cause a lot of stress, worry, and anxiety. Nine of Swords. You know, people are going to be very anxious. They're going to be extremely upset. And at the end of the day, when the month is over, we still haven't fixed it. Four of Cups. Nothing got fixed. And so just what I would say is make sure that at least you do your part. Get there on time. You know, I would say be early, actually. Be there early. And, you know, do what you can, because there's only so much you can do in these situations. I also wanted to talk about, before I do the next reading, which is about the weather events, what I'm doing with membership next month. I'm doing a big seminar that I have never done before, and I'm only going to keep it up for so long in membership. So if this is something that you've been thinking about joining or doing, this would be the time to do it. I'm going to teach you exactly how I do manifest everything that I manifest. How I manifested a fiance out of thin air. How I manifested, you know, my business. How I've always manifested a car. I've never bought a car once in my life. I mean, I literally had cars, basically like a Mercedes, just basically fall out of the sky to me. I'm going to teach you exactly how I do it. And the thing is, it's not one thing. It's a culmination of different methods that I figured out at a very young age before they even had names, but I just knew that they worked. So I'm going to do a seminar. I'll put it on a Saturday so as many people can attend it live. It will be uploaded so you can watch it on demand, but I will only keep it up for so long because I know nobody else is teaching that particular type of class. Okay, so just putting that out there. So weather events. I am seeing more tornadoes. I can't believe the amount that we've gotten already, but I am seeing fires out west. And just so you know, I'm in New England, southern New England. So I am seeing more here in the US, but I also see some of it going up to Canada and down to Mexico. I am seeing them getting affected also. This doesn't feel like it's just a US thing. It feels like it's getting sort of all of us up and down. It feels very, well, it feels up and down to me. I guess that's the best way of saying it. So yeah, but let's just take a look. Let's see. The weather events, tornadoes and fires. I'm just getting that we're not getting a reprieve. I just see so many high winds. I do think that the West is going back into a drought again. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the wildfires all over again. Yeah, and okay, that's what I was getting. Okay, the world. So it's not just even going to be just the US, Canada, and Mexico. This is actually global. And it's like we've entered a different phase with our weather. The obstacle is we need to manage our planet better, don't we? Both in terms of climate change, but also in terms of how we handle these natural disasters. But okay, it does calm down at some point though. So let me pick these up. So, okay, a lot of people are going to feel kind of betrayed. All right. So that tells me that our people are feeling betrayed. They're not feeling good, like the government's not taking care of them. Maybe they're even feeling betrayed by, say, Creator, God, or whatever you want to call him. They're not feeling good about any of this. Okay. And how could you? But it does lead to new things, right? And as you guys all know, I channel a collective called Rahasha, and they always talk about this. When you have these terrible weather systems, yes, it's horrible, it's tragic, but it does allow for new opportunities to happen. And it allows people to be of service to others. It allows for things to be improved. And there are people that do profit from this. 9 of Cups. There are those that profit from other people's misery, right? And, you know, some of these big businesses are actually enjoying this. And, you know, if that's part of your business, then it's going to be rather fruitful for you. I'm seeing a lot of protests around the US in the next month. Some of it does seem political. You know, like people obviously are very upset about the Tennessee Democrats that were expelled. You know, that's not going to go away. People are still going to be infuriated. People are going to be upset that 45 is getting indicted again. But I'm also seeing people protesting in regards to LGBTQ rights. So I feel like it's not just one issue. People are frustrated. I'm getting this underlying, like, real annoying feeling from people. Like they're really just, they've had it. And so I am seeing more protests. I don't feel like that is calming down in the next month at all. And we're going to end doing an Archangel Raphael reading using the cards by Radley Valentine. Okay, one more time. Oh, and this guy wants to jump out. We'll let him jump out. Okay, so the card of a ruthless battle, 5 of Swords, jumped out. So yes, there is more to come. There's more coming. It's not going anywhere. These protests are, because a lot of people are very unhappy. 7 of Cups here. You know, they don't like what's in any of these cups. And what's in these cups, what's being offered to them, isn't real. It's not realistic. Oh, okay. And it does look like Biden and his administration is going to have to step in. This is a highly emotional issue. So, you know, in case you didn't know, the King of Cups for me is Biden. So he is going to be stepping in and he's going to have to do something about this. As a country, here's the Strength card. It's going to be testing our strength, our courage, our patience, all of this. But things do start to even out, I think, as we get into May. Okay, so April feels very highly charged, but as the month goes on, things start to become more balanced. That was 6 of Pentacles, if you're listening. I think we're also going to, now I've predicted this before, we're going to hear more about Justice Clarence Thomas. And here's the thing. I've always predicted he's leaving. Okay, he's not going to stay until the bitter end. I've never saw him do that. So I think everything that we're hearing about him right now with accepting these luxury type gifts from big Republicans, it's like the beginning of the end for him. So let's take a look at Justice Thomas. I mean, he's navigated these waters before though, right? With his wife, Ginny. I mean, he's had a lot of issues. Let's, you know, there's no way of mincing those words. Okay. Literally, my first card before I even put it down. 6 of Swords. Here he is going. Yeah, this is the beginning of the end for him. His obstacle, 5 of Pentacles. He's losing everything that he worked for in this. Okay, and Queen of Swords. You know, that's a rather judicial card here. So he's going to be put under fire legally, okay? Let me just pull this over. This is going to be, now this to me, okay, is going to be for us as a people. This is going to allow for a new justice to come in, okay? This is Ace of Wands. This is like a new beginning for us. but he's feeling so betrayed, so stabbed in the back. Yeah, I think he felt, well, I think he does feel very justified in everything that he's done. I don't think he's feeling any remorse. I certainly, I don't know about you. I mean, I didn't get that impression at all. And I think if you gave him a chance, he'd do it again, and he'd probably do it again this weekend, right? But yeah, I don't think, you know, that's changing, but I do think he's going. But this is the beginning of the end. Do I think he's going to go by the first week of May? No, probably not. But do I think this is the real start of it? Yeah, I do. I think he's going. I do see heightened rocket attacks. We've all been kind of seeing this on the TV the last couple of days between Israel, Lebanon, Gaza, you know, that whole region. I think that's going to get worse. My prediction is that that gets worse over the next month, not better. I'm certainly, yeah. And it's all about money. Yeah, so the first card that I get here, you know, they're all trying to figure out, like, how can we really get the other guy? How can we get on top? How can we somehow make all this work? How can we come out to be the victor? And they've been doing this for a very long time, haven't they? But it's interesting how after so long of doing this, they're still in a planning stage. They really do think long term, don't they? And the obstacle is, you know, to me, 8 of Wands is literally like the rocket's just going. This is what I'm seeing. It's just going this whole time. I don't see that stopping. It is about money, you know, because they all want, you know, particular pieces of land. You know, there's a lot of issues. It's complicated, right? We don't have enough time to get into all the reasons why this is happening, but they're angry, but it does have a lot to do with money at the end. Everybody does want the same piece of land, 4 of Wands, you know, and one of them will be able to celebrate at the end of the day for a little bit though, right? They celebrate short term and then they go right back to doing it, but they're going to have a tower moment here. So this is not good. I'm feeling like this is actually turning kind of warlike. This is something that I think we do need to keep our eyes on. This is something that is a huge, huge problem for sure. And then I wanted to finish up with DeSantis. I think he's coming after Disney all over again. I don't think he's done with that. I think he's going right back to it. And I think he's going to make their life miserable. I think he's going to try to add more taxes and, like, say, road tolls and, you know, whatever he can to hurt Disney. I think he really is after Disney. And I don't think he's letting up. So I'm going to read this from Disney's perspective. Okay, let's read, because we have to pick a side here. So let's read it from Disney's perspective. Because I do believe he is going to run for president. Yeah, see, Disney just wants to go to smoother waters. They want this to be over. 6 of Swords. The obstacle, it's hurting them having a new beginning. Okay. And it is going to cause a tower moment. So I'm right. Okay. So yes, he is going to do something significant to Disney that's going to hurt them. He is taking action. Knight of Swords. And it's causing them stress, worry, and anxiety. So yeah, he's going to try to financially cripple them whatever way he can, even though what he needs to realize is no company's perfect. I'm not trying to say that Disney is, but at the same time, they do employ a lot of the people that voted for him, right? So it doesn't quite make sense. These are like his own people in a way. So, but what does make sense, right, in politics? So let's do a 3-card pull. End on a high note. Let's end on a good note. That was a lot of heavy stuff. And this is all Archangel Raphael. And just take a deep breath and just see what message Raphael wants to give you today. 1, 2, or 3. Go with your gut. Here we go. Card number 1. I love this one. 9 of Raphael. And it says, make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. So this is really nice. This is a time where you can manifest. Card number 2, Ace of Raphael. And it says, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So this is like a start of something new on an emotional, psychological type level. And then lastly, number 3, Queen of Raphael. This is one of the most beautiful ones, I think, in the deck. And it says, follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. You know, you get psychic information all the time from yourself, but so often I find that people don't validate it. They don't trust it. So, you know, make sure that you do when you get those little ideas or you get that feeling in your stomach, validate it, trust it, go with it, journal it, right? Write it down, keep track of it. So, all right, everyone, I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. It was a pleasure making this video, and I will see you all in a few days and give you another update about my brother, but he's about to be transferred into a rehab right now, so, which is good news. So, all right, everyone, thank you. Bye.